Oh, quad feed, yo, let's go.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Oh my god, another one. Let's go. ×2. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh, that's awkward. Ah! Alright, yo guys, what's going on? It's Rage, and welcome to the Modern Warfare 2 beta. So here for weekend 1 of the beta, yes, I'm going to be playing this on PS4, got the keyboard and mouse all plugged in, all ready to go. It's been feeling decently fine for the most part. Here we are, Modern Warfare 2 on the PS4, day 1 of the beta. Already got myself maxed out, level 15. I'm also assuming at some point in time, like maybe later on today, on Saturday, when this video goes up, they might increase the level cap, and even going into next weekend, they might increase it to maybe 30 if I were to take a wild guess. Now, currently, one of the biggest downsides for me is that I can't unlock the Signal 50, and apparently the Lynx is one of the only weapons that you cannot customize in the gunsmith, so I'm hoping that I get the chance to actually mess around with this by the end of the beta. There's so much here that I want to cover as far as the good and bad of the Modern Warfare 2 beta as far as day 1 goes with criticisms, but before we go ahead and jump into everything here, I wanted to take a quick second to thank the sponsor of today's video, INTOTHEAM. Today's video is sponsored by my friends over at INTOTHEAM. If you're unfamiliar with them, INTOTHEAM are a Southern California-based clothing company that offers top-of-the-line quality, comfort, and styled basic and graphic tees. And currently running throughout this weekend, they're holding their end-of-season sale, where you can get up to 60% off on select items, as well as the 3 graphic tees for $60 bundle. And with all of this, you can get an additional 10% off by using my link down in the description below. Huge thank you, as always, to INTOTHEAM for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get back into the Modern Warfare 2 beta. So one of the first and biggest things that I want to go ahead and talk about here with Modern Warfare 2 is the way that they decided to change up the perk system. They now work in packages. At first, I was pretty confused with the way that perks worked, and I was honestly assuming we were having another case like COD World War II on our hands, where I'm like, I feel like it's gonna limit us if they're only giving us these select options like Assault, Phantom, Hunter, and everything like that. It kind of reminded me of the World War II division system, but I'm noticing now that we were able to actually choose the specific perks, so thank you to the Warzone dev that was in my chat earlier today. Salutes to you, man. You choose 2 perks to spawn into the game with, and then as the game progresses, you will eventually get your bonus perk and then your ultimate perk. I think the timing on it is you get your bonus perk at 4 minutes into the game and your ultimate perk at 8 minutes into the game. And I do also believe that you can get these faster depending on how many kills and how much score you're getting in a short amount of time. And to go ahead and talk about this, the elephant in the room, Survivor. Last Stand is back in Call of Duty. This whole area, like, no one's ever really gonna like go here and match, you know? Last Stand! Ew! There it is! Ew! Now, I know a lot of players, myself included, are not very happy with the return of Last Stand, but one thing that I think Infinity Ward could actually do and change, depending on community feedback here, is instead of falling into Last Stand, maybe they could give us the option to spawn in with an extra armor plate like it's Warzone. Like, give us the option to put a plate in like it's Warzone again, instead of falling into Last Stand, because we really don't need Last Stand back in Call of Duty. It got phased out of Call of Duty years ago. It just kind of falls in line with those really annoying crutch perks that really change the gameplay, and I just think that Call of Duty is much better off without it. I do find this to be a very interesting way on how they're changing up the perk system. We'll see obviously how it plays out as the year progresses. So again though, when it comes to all of this, I wasn't really expecting any sort of like insane change. I know I talked about this a little bit ago, like how COD 4 going into Modern Warfare 2, there was a drastic change in gameplay, graphics, everything like that, and I'm not entirely expecting that, at least on the graphics side. I'm very curious to see what eventual future, maybe core fundamental changes they'll end up making to this game as the game progresses. So I don't know, we'll just have to see. But one of the biggest things that I want to go ahead and give some credit to are actually the maps in the beta. So far, the maps are working decently well for 6v6. That one museum map was pretty huge, but that got phased out for the hotel map. The maps are actually feeling pretty decent for 6v6, which is a very nice turnaround for Modern Warfare 2019. There are still those Modern Warfare feels and quirks to the maps and everything like that. Like, it does kind of feel like there's just a lot going on. Thankfully, there's not a whole lot of doors that are just protruding everywhere. I really couldn't imagine the center of this Farm 18 map just infested with doors. Spawns seem to be a little inconsistent, or maybe that's just the way that Domination works, Domination and Team Deathmatch. I saw throughout Call of Duty Next, they were playing Hardpoint, and I'm really hoping that we get to play that, because I know that with the maps that we got in the beta right now, they work a lot better for objective-based game modes, and I'm actually really excited to try them on Hardpoint.
We have taken the lead.
See, that's what I'm talking about. With this whole little spawn camera, I know I'd like just spawned in and turned around, but the thing is, when this spawn camera takes over, right, your spawn is locked in. I feel like they just need to just instantly spawn you into the game and just get rid of that 1 to 2 seconds that it's doing the little animation, because it's at that time that the game thinks it's a safe spawn for you or something like that, but by that point in time, an enemy can rush in and it's not a safe spawn at all. Also, I feel like I should just go ahead and mention this now. I know Infinity Ward has definitely heard a lot about this today. I've seen it all over Twitter, all over Reddit. The mini-map. I'll go ahead and say this right now. I am truly hoping that Infinity Ward does seriously please reconsider re-adding red dots to the mini-map and just giving us a regular mini-map back. Again, they've been hearing that on Twitter and Reddit all day today. Even Charlie Intel came out and said that the build that they played in June had red dots on the mini-map, which apparently Infinity Ward said was a bug and wasn't meant to be there, but it's just, it just works, man. I also don't know how true this is, but apparently there is a perk in the game that is like the radar perk from Vanguard. I have a perk on that gives us the radar back, but it's just like, I feel like that just needs to be there. It would just make the overall pacing in the game feel so much faster. And honestly, other than that, as far as like my, I guess you could say like criticisms or complaints, if you want to be blunt, please reconsider the red dots on the minimap, the spawn-in camera animation. We could probably do away with that, and survivalist and last stand. Just, Now, aside my criticisms of all that, again, my biggest thing about the maps, I'm actually pretty happy with the maps that we got right now. Farm 18 here, again, it definitely has that Modern Warfare feel. It kind of feels like Grozny Raid, like an odd Grozny Raid extension. I truly am surprised in seeing, oh yeah, play of the game. Can we just switch this out to Final Kill? I truly am surprised to see the overall change in ideas with the maps, because like while they still kind of feel like Modern Warfare, like they feel big for 6v6, but yet they're faster paced and they work, and I feel like it's just gonna work a lot better, especially if for 6v6 in Hardpoint. But of course, also if they do decide to bring back a 10v10 mosh pit, these maps are gonna play perfectly fine for that. I feel like it's kind of weird to explain just because we've only been playing for a handful of hours at this point in time, but so far I'm enjoying the maps a lot more in this than Modern Warfare 2019. I think the philosophy and the just overall design changes so far are pretty good. Okay, no, actually I thought they took out the museum map. Nope, it's still here. The one map especially that I'm really enjoying right now is that market map. So the thing here with the museum map that I've also noticed with actually a lot of the maps is that the outskirts of the map feel a little bit bigger while the insides feel a lot more tighter and condensed. It definitely feels a lot faster paced on the inside parts of the maps. And again, here especially is the case with this museum map. This is definitely going to be a very, very nice 9v9 10v10 map. Now, as far as the core gameplay and just overall weapon feels in this game, it feels like Modern Warfare 2019, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you ask. I never really had a problem with the feeling of Modern Warfare 2019. It was more so just the core fundamentals of the game that I didn't really agree with. Here in Modern Warfare 2, I do love the feel of all the weapons. I mean, this Lynx here is pretty slow. I got no idea what attachments are on this thing other than maybe a variable zoom scope, but there's no way this is the fastest Lynx we're getting in this game. Pretty much what I'm trying to say though, if you enjoyed the feel of Modern Warfare 2019, you're gonna like the feel of this. Game feels really good to play. Sometimes the TTK does feel a little inconsistent because sometimes it feels like it takes longer to kill, but then there's other times where people are dropped in like a frame. As far as the PS4 performance goes, I'm pretty much getting what I'm expecting out of it. It does feel like I'm dipping under 60 FPS a lot, and especially with playing keyboard and mouse, it definitely messes with it a little bit. What actually is kind of nice though is the overall response time on it. Like, it doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot of delay when I'm pushing key inputs or moving my mouse around. The experience of getting out of it what I can, again with the PS4 and KBAM, is just about as good as I expected it to be. Obviously, going into next week's beta, I'll be playing on PC, and I truly cannot wait for that. Like, this game is gonna feel amazing. Even from watching a couple of streams on PS5, I can already tell like the big graphical fidelity difference and just the overall smoothness and how fluid it looks. Game on the next gen consoles is gonna look and feel a lot better. Obviously, same goes with PC. So PS4 here, again, it works. I'm happy with it. I'm happy that I get to play the beta. This is also one of the first times I actually got to experience the little helicopter drop in. But yes, yo, this market map, I want to go ahead and show this off. The spawn shot right here. Because the enemies on this side of the map literally just spawn in that corner right there. They can just run straight up onto B, and I don't know where they are. He's behind me the moment I turn my back. Of course he is. Also, one other thing that I'm actually really happy about with Modern Warfare 2022 is this. Being able to change your kill streaks into score streaks with just the click of a button. Literally. Thankfully, they ended up changing Point Man from Modern Warfare 2019 here into 2022 that you could just tab between the two. Whatever you want to do. I think this is actually a wonderful choice. Seriously, such a great idea because you could be in the pre-game lobby and see that, oh, we're playing domination. Let me go ahead and switch to score streaks. Or, oh, we're playing team deathmatch. Let me switch to kill streaks. The idea of that is so sick. Like, I'm actually really glad that they decided to do that. And they work like BO2 score streaks. It's not even like Cold War where it's on a cooldown or anything like that. Like, it's Black Ops 2. It's score streaks. Great idea.
UAV active. Securing objective Charlie.
Oh, quad feed, yo, let's go. Oh my god, first quad feed on the Modern Warfare 2 beta. We're gaming, boys, hell yeah. Shout out that 10-second kill feed because I don't think I was hitting that otherwise. Alright, okay.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Oh my god, another one. Let's go. Times 2. 5x multi-kill? Oh, I'm out of ammo. Oh, that's awkward. Ah! So yeah, again, I'm so sorry that this video kind of seemed like all over the place. It's a first impressions kind of video and just wanted to talk about so many different things. But again, overall though, I actually am having a pretty good time with Modern Warfare 2022 so far. I'm excited to see what more maps they decide to bring into the beta, if they do it all. Really hoping that if they do increase the level cap, that we'll get to mess with more of the snipers and do more with that, because I'm really liking the Signal 50. That links, it hits, man. Weapons and handling feel great. Feels like Modern Warfare 2019. No complaints about that. And again, big props on the map so far. I am really enjoying the maps for 6v6. I can only imagine that they're only going to play better once they start adding in ground war like 99 and 10v10 and stuff. So I'm excited for that. I really am. And lastly, it's not even like the PS4 performance is super terrible or anything like that. It's just you're getting what you get out of a near 10-year-old console. It's serviceable, gets the job done, at least for the sake of this weekend, but I'm not letting my overall experience with the performance on PS4 hinder my opinion of the beta so far. But again, I'm actually quite enjoying it for the most part so far. Gonna see how it all goes, and yeah, go ahead and let me know what you guys think of all this down in the comment section below. Here we go though, man. This is gonna be the Call of Duty for the next 2 years. It's gonna be a crazy time. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe if you're new. It's been Rage, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care, everybody.